Hello, my little fantasy nerds, and please join us for another episode of Dungeon Crawlers.
Dungeon Crawlers! Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay. And we join the party after they have successfully infiltrated and killed a Baron in McKill, Gregarian Trumpsfane. The daughter of Henri successfully retaken with injuries sustained. The loss of a part of an arm and a leg.
That's a turn arm and a leg, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what you could gather, seems to be the results of infection and foreign objects inserted into the skin that were unable to be removed and cause some kind of festering once removed from the vat. Elena, determining life or limb, took the limb. You successfully made your way back to Jupiter, where you were able to help the elven kin escape and find some sort of normalcy, where they are being fed, clothed, bathed, and taken care of. You are spending time with your daughter, whereas Jaden and Sheena have come into contact with a heavily plated individual on the highway late at night. Fight broke out, injuries sustained, and the lodestone taken. Whereas the individual seemed to just be pulled into the ether and disappeared into existence. Jaden he walked his way slowly back to Jupiter, where we left off several days later. You made your way to the front gates, whereas the rest of the party had at this point rested and taken in their new friend Jason, who at this point was also recouping in one of the many rooms of the house. I don't remember what you guys called your guys' house. I think it was something silly.
I don't know if they ever had a name for it, or did they?
I don't think we had a name for it.
Supposed to come up with a name, and I think we did, like, on the spot.
So it was something, I can't remember what it was.
It was like Ranger
Oh, we
Corner.
did have one.
Yeah, we had like
it
a
was
couple
something
really.
It was really cheesy.
Yeah.
It was a really bad. Yeah, it was a really bad. But to each their own.
Oh, I know it was the Ranger Manger.
The Ranger Manger, that was it. Yeah.
I think it was something like
that.
There
was a bunch of funny ones, but I think we
had a
really
bunch of names that
Ranger
came
Manger
up.
was really good.
But you managed to find some sort of normalcy. As the group is being debriefed, you are currently trying to figure out where to go next, what to do next, what avenue you need to take. But on that point, I'm going to rewind just a tish. Not for the group itself, but for Jaden. 2 nights after the attack, as you're healing and sitting around a campfire. About 1 a.m., we'll say. Thoughts roll through your head. You're pretty pissed off. You've lost this lodestone that you took. Fair and square. This heavy-plated individual, you have a pretty good senses between that and Ozzy. You're usually able to keep your head on a swivel enough to not be caught off guard. The fact that this individual was able to not only sneak up on your tent, but thwart most of your attacks and walk away, has left you pretty upset. And as Sheena sleeps and you sit next to the fire, poking, a voice comes from across the fire. I didn't want to take it like that. But you had something that belonged to me. And as you look up, a cloaked individual with the cloak now pulled back, youngish looking human male, but at the same time has these almost semi-elvish features. The sharper looks to the face, a little bit more of a pointed chin, and the ears aren't the normal rounded ears. They almost slightly come to a point. Almost half elvish, but you're not really sure. But the longer you look at this individual, there's a shimmer between that form and almost this like skeletal layer. You know, when I rise to power, I need those who are willing to serve. What say you, little Jaden? Seems to be you and that one over there are the last of your kind. I didn't recognize you little channelers. Not too many of you around at this point.
I sort of in my sitting position, I sort of like look up at him for the first time, and I just like spit out venom laced in my words. Who the fuck are you?
I go by many names. Through the ages, of course. The Undying One. He who is chosen. The Unender. I mean, the list goes on.
And
I could grant you your... I could grant you your wish, your deepest, darkest desires of your heart.
well, sorry, bud, but if you apparently have some history with what we do, then you kind of know how we work. I already have a pact with someone.
Ah, but pacts are easily broken. It's just a little touch here and there.
And what could you offer me that Ozzy couldn't?
Power? Eternal life? The ability to resurrect your home? And he just gives you like this shit-eating grin as he says the last one.
Nothing that a bit of carpentry won't handle.
Fair enough. Well, I guess if that's the case, then I will take my leave. But do know that I will be seeing your group hopefully soon. You're all such an interesting set of individuals.
My group? Fuck does that mean?
Oh, don't play coy. I've watched you travel with that little ragtag that calls themselves the Lone Rangers. They've interfered in my process long enough. That last one that you guys just killed. Oh, he was onto something, and I wanted to see where he would go with it. But you just had to meddle. Rather annoying, don't you say?
Well, unlike me, they're heroes, and if you're opposed to them, I guess that means you're a bad guy, huh? That makes me even less interested in your offer.
I wouldn't say bad guy. I would just say more entrepreneurial. I do what I want. Take what I want.
Well, like I said, I'm not a hero, so I don't have anything to offer you. I'm just a normal fucking guy without Ozzy.
So be it. Well, do take care. I'll see you soon. And as he stands up, he adjusts this crown across its head, and in the very center, you do notice one of the slots is missing something. And he kind of adjusts it. And out of existence.
How many other slots were there?
There was 4 total.
Was one of them filled with something white?
Yeah. They all were, except for the center one. Seemed to be missing one.
As he sort of fades away, I'll say, yeah. I bet I will see you again. Sort of sit back down, toss some dirt around. Ozzy,
Yeah, what's up?
you described that, what was it, lodestone again earlier to me as a lodestone, not the lodestone. Does that mean there are more of them?
Throughout history, I've heard there was one. There was one central crystal that was a focal point, but it was shattered. I would assume there's several pieces.
Your storied history. Can your storied history maybe give me any inclination as where to where I can find any of the others? I was watching. One of the slots on his crown was empty. That means he must need one more. If we can find that, we could stop him.
I have a feeling that one more was 2 nights ago. But if memory serves me right, it would be on the continent of Radar. I feel like it was shattered in some kind of great war, and a couple of the pieces were stolen and brought here. But that's all I can really remember.
More inquiries to make do on, I suppose.
Always questions.
Thanks for the help.
I'm trying. As the night grows cold, you crawl in to the tent, get a good rest, as you wake up and continue the hike to Jupiter. About 3 days away. As we fast forward, You've made your way to the front entrance of Jupiter. You are brought in through the screening process where you casually kind of drop the names of the individuals that you know here. It helps a little bit getting through.
Or before Jaden shows up, is there anything anyone else wanted to do? I guess in this week that we're here.
Not me. Unless Markel wakes up, I'm gonna be there until she does.
Yeah, I think we would have probably been spending time getting, I don't know, getting up to speed with what's been going on. And then, of course, Kaz is probably buried in books. I would probably be buried in the journal. I don't think there's anything I need to do.
Yeah, no, Morm would just be hoping no one comes to him with anything to do.
As the days kind of meld together and you guys spend this time recouping, Kaz studying attentively and intensively. Same with you, Freya. You're kind of diving into your book a little bit more in the journal. You actually sit down with Elena in between her free time, and try to break apart the book even more. Because you've read through the majority of the journal. Not much was transcribed. There was still a lot that was missing. So you in between free time, you do sit down with Elena and you guys bust out kind of a little bit more of the book and try and decode a little bit more.
Yeah, and I forgot that I learned Abyssal, so I probably would have wanted to dive into whatever was missing. So that would make sense.
Okay. Your daughter does not awake, Henri, but she does stir from time to time. She seems to shift from one side of the bed to the other. She makes a lot of grunting and whining noises, almost like she's been forced into a coma. She's still awake, but she can't seem to regain consciousness, and it's because of Elena. Elena is keeping her in kind of a in-between state to help with pain. The time kind of goes on a little bit more.
I probably would have asked Selena at some point how Markel was doing. I don't know if she's helping at all with that.
A little bit. Mostly changing the bandages on her leg and her arm. And mostly working with the refugee type individuals that have been brought into the tower and are now being placed throughout the city.
Would she know how Markel is doing?
Enough to a point where she would tell you that she's with it. She's alive and breathing, and her color is regaining. She doesn't look so pale and skeletal. You're brought into the city, Jaden, as you pass the city walls. You are brought to the king's court, or you're brought towards a living quarters for the time being, and messengers are sent to everybody in the group at this point. And you are all summoned to the king's chambers when time is available. Basically asking for some kind of debrief.
Well, we got 3-4 days before Wolf called us, I guess.
Are you guys doing anything in the meantime?
I'd begrudgingly start making my way slowly over.
Actually, there is something I want to do. From, I don't know, Ginge, if you remember a long time ago, before we left Jupiter and I had spoken with Soren, I think somebody had provided, maybe it was Henri, had provided a name of like an elder elf or somebody in the village that might be able to give us some information, especially given the circumstances and given what those prisoners that we ran into that were being experimented on with like the machinery and stuff. Considering what they said, I might see if there's somebody I can find that might know more. So I'd probably ask Elena, especially if I'm spending some time with her, if she knows of anybody that might know like anything about the old Radarian like empire or the people within it.
The only information that I can give you is pretty much anything that is within the books. I don't know much else beyond it. As Radar is a continent that has closed off its walls to us over the last 30, 40 years. Nobody knows if anybody is even alive on that continent, except for the people that keep appearing, as there seems to be still a lucrative slave trade. I would say my Elvish is rather horrible. I would say if you wanted answers, she kind of like gestures to the room. A lot of them do not look like any elf I've ever seen on these lands. Some are more rugged and some more regal. I don't know if they come from any kind of civilized society over there or if it is barbaric.
Do you think it would be worthwhile trying to talk to any of them to see if they might know something?
Anything's worth a try.
Do they all look still like very nervous?
They look a little nervous. Some are better than others. Some are obviously coping better than others, and a lot of them have regained their color and kind of their gusto, if you could say. They don't look so like
Downtrodden.
beaten and ragged and downtrodden and just beat to piss. A lot of them have color. They look like they've had 4 or 5 square meals a day and have put on a little fat again.
We'll meet back on the bones.
Mm-hmm.
So
What little elves have to begin with.
I might try to locate one of the elvish ones that looks to be a little older.
There is one. There's several throughout the group that look older-ish, but there was that one that was the high he was the elf that had the very elongated ears, almost high elf. He had almost silver and gray hair. And even in elvish standards, that's considered pretty old. when the hair starts to actually turn a different shade of color.
Okay.
And this individual has cleaned up very nice and seems to have either purchased or gotten a hold of a new set of robes, almost white, with some trims to it.
So I'm going to approach him and give like a little bow, just to not seem maybe intimidating in any way. And then after I bow, I'm going to say in Elvish, do you mind if I talk with you or maybe ask you some questions?
He answers back in Elvish, but it is, think of like like deep South American, like Louisiana,
Mm.
talking to somebody from like Britain.
Okay, so
It is like a very like a deep and like regally like type Elvish, and it catches you off guard for a second. And you really have to break it down. Like most, like 98% of the words are exactly the same, but some of them almost have like a slang or a different like
a dialect. It's
like a
so I
like
can
yeah,
understand it, but it sounds very different, so it takes me a
correct.
second to grasp it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he answers back, yes. What kind of questions would you like?
The first question I had was, where did you come from before you were taken?
Damn it. Do I have my other thing set up?
You know how to do this shit. Just roll with the punches. Make it up
I
as you
do
go.
roll with the punches, but I do have something else for. I come from the northern reaches of Radar, in the Idyllian Valley. I come from a very large society there. We are a non-combative people. We study the arcane arts, and knowledge is what we seek.
Forgive me. Just as a recap. So, the name Dione, that was not a name I had heard until the experimenter referred to me as that, correct?
Correct.
Or the experimentee, rather. Okay,
Mhm.
just making sure. How long ago were you taken?
The days do mix together. I would, if I had to guess, the last, yesterday when I looked at the stars, I believe it has been somewhere around 4 to 5 months, roughly.
That is a very long time to have been enslaved.
Yes.
I'm glad that we were able to get you out.
And I do greatly appreciate the aid that was provided to us.
You may not know, but recently I was given a name, and I'm hoping maybe somebody knows something. But I had encountered another elvish individual that referred to me as a Dione, and I'm wondering if you're familiar with that name at all.
He withdraws for a second and kind of gives you a once over, and then you can kind of see him mentally processing. That is a choice name that you choose to drop. You see, Dione is the name of a royal line that was thought to have been wiped out during the Great War. They're choosing the bloodline takes over, the lineage is chosen to be the king or queen based upon two things. One, lineage. Two, a special feature that is only passed down through certain generations. It is a multicolored set of eyes, one different from the other. It pronounces the child or adult adolescent of that course as being strong in the arcane arts and the ability to lead.
So, okay.
The castle was raided. Slavers killed our king, stole the queen, and killed the children. Nobody really knows what's happened to any of them. The lands are in turmoil. The northern tribes, I don't know what you would call them, the Skali, the Ars barbarians. They are a warmongering elven kind that lives in the Tundra nation. They seek to war constantly, and they have laid claim to the throne, along with the Moon Elf Society. The High Elf Society has also laid claim through the throne, and so has the Wood Elves. It is caused a discourse between all of the peoples of Ridar. And thus, it creates ripples down the line, and the other inhabitants of the lands, the Leons, the lizard folk, the dragon folk, the smaller civilizations that live within each one of these societies, chooses to back the suitor, and these kings or queens have waged war on each other. Until the
Okay.
proper king or queen returns. The only way that a new king or queen will be chosen will be through war, to take the central seat.
So you mentioned that the queen was taken and the children were killed.
And so they say.
So, is there a possibility that this person referred to me as that maybe because of my eyes?
Your eyes. What do you mean?
I don't think I'm in disguise self right now. So I would have my both
He's
eyes.
he's sitting a little ways away from
Oh,
you.
okay. So I would, when he said that, then I would get closer so he could see my eyes.
He gives you a puzzled look, and then a wide-eyed look, and he takes the hand and kind of like brushes along the side of the face and like moves the hair further back. And what was your mother's name?
Oh shit! Time out.
You might not know.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Two seconds. Arendil? Arendil? I think that's how you pronounced it. Arendil?
He goes like almost like a pale white. For an elf, that's pretty hard. You don't say. and a tear falls from the eye.
Did you know her?
She was a queen. She was our queen, the most regal and kindest of all. She promoted peace through the lands and unified our people. Only once she was taken and our king killed, that our lands fell into turmoil. That the moon elves and that society, that cloven society, created the bomb or something that rippled through the lands, tearing apart our people, tearing apart our magic, tearing apart the lands. And to know that one of her children still live, it is the greatest thing of my life that I could find. And I would say, if you wish to honor your mother's name, I would say return home. Return home and unify. Unify our people.
I don't know if I'm in a. I don't know if I would be the kind of person that could, like, lead people, though.
It's inert. It's within you. When the time comes, you will find the drive and the meaning to do so for your people.
I'm gonna be kind of just deep in thought, or look like I'm trying to digest everything that he told me. Well, I appreciate you sharing all this with me, and I'm glad that somebody knew, because I've not known much about where I came from for a very long time.
Of course, my queen. And he like rolls back the robe and like to like where the knees are and like down to his knees and like kisses the top of the hand. And all the other elves around are like really confused until you like look up a little bit, and he like to the elven group in Elven you hear him oh man, I had a word picked out for this now and I didn't write it down. In Elvish he says multicolored eyes, basically. And they all like wide-eyed instantly, and they all start to like they take steps closer and like really like almost like one of the children like pulls your head in and is like really inspecting your eyes and is looking at the eyes, and then like everybody else is kind of taking turns. It's almost awkward because they're like passing your face around to each elf, and they're like looking at your like looking in like at your eyes.
Again, gonna be like now I'm gonna be kind of confused and a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much like that, Con. They're all just like pulling the face in, and they're just like they're really really taken back and kind of.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
Like several of the female begin to cry. One male starts to cry.
Oh, please don't. You don't have to do that. I'm not royalty. I'm not a queen. I feel like this is probably. I feel like this is probably just a coincidence. Long live the queen. Oh man. So I'm gonna be graciously just like letting everybody, you know, if they decide they want to like pass me around and get too close for comfort, then so be it. But all the while be kind of probably stumbling and saying, "You don't need to do that," and it's totally fine.
And they all, as you're kind of saying this, like half of them are like kneeling, and half are not. There you go, Morn. Long live the queen.
Yeah, well, I don't have a crow, so I can fly, I can fight, but
You
I
have a
can't.
crown.
But
So
So after everybody, at some point, I'm just gonna look back at the gentleman. I realize I didn't get his name, and I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask your name.
I am Gwynthrill.
Again, thank you so much for
Of course, my queen.
filling me in. You don't have to call me that. My name's Freya. You can just call me Freya.
Super queen.
Oh my god.
Of course. And he does
My
like a
queen, you know the
respectful.
way.
I know the way.
I don't want it. She my queen.
But he gives you kind of like a half bow and like does like the bow and step back.
I'll bow back. And I'm gonna kind of quickly, not like run or jog, but I'm a quickened step in my pace, leave.
Okay, and as you're going to quicken step leave, like as you pass through the crowd, they're all like
Oh shit.
like bowing and like doing like the half bow.
No.
And
Beowulf is gonna come
like,
and look for my head. He's gonna be like,
Everybody-
competition.
everybody else in the room that is not like Elven are like looking at you like, what the fuck is going on?
Bend the knee. Power is power.
Yeah, but she ain't the dragon queen. There's somebody else who's got that dragon. And it ain't Freya.
It's gonna be my dragon.
She's gonna take the dragon.
I'm gonna
She's
take
gonna
the
go
dragon.
fall Daenerys, take the dragon, and burn
And I'm
everyone
gonna
alive.
burn
Fly.
everything.
And the slavers.
Oh god, I can just fly over everything.
Fuck them all.
Burn it down.
Disrespect your surroundings.
God. But as you quickenly leave the room, everybody is doing a half bow.
After I close the door, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna kind of mutter under my breath, like, oh shit. Beowulf's not gonna like this. And I'm going to head back to, what did we call it? The Ranger Manger. Quickly.
Okay. So you hastily leave and make your way to the Ranger Manger. Anybody else doing anything in the meantime?
Not me.
Okay.
Would I get? I got the summons too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody got summons.
I guess the only thing, well, yeah, if it had been 5 days, I probably would have. Probably on day 4, I would have gone and talked to, my boy Bruggen.
You find Bruggen in the same spot. You found him all the times before.
Yeah, he's a homie.
Half clothed, sitting on the mountainside, overlooking the entire city, just like cooking something. He's always cooking something over a fire, and it's just like smoky, earthy, but it smells like somebody threw like fresh pine needles into the fire somewhere.
I'll probably just sit down next to him. Not say anything. For a little bit.
You sit down next to Bruggen, the half human, half giant individual. Good evening, Mort. Always so quiet when you come sit with me. Should talk more, smile more.
I'm out here because it's quiet.
Ah, Now you know why I sit up here.
I was thinking about some of the things you taught me.
Mm.
And part of being a druid is um, not destruction, but healing. Not something I'm familiar with, but certainly a side of being a druid. I'm sure you know more about.
Ah, you obviously didn't know me very well in my youth. With destruction comes healing, and sometimes with healing there's destruction. There's always one of one and one of the other. They go hand in hand. But,
Well,
being a druid, yes, we try to fix those and fix that is destructed.
there is something that has been destructed that I wonder if you would know how to fix. Do you know anything about possibly regrowing an arm or regrowing a leg?
There are ways. There's a
This
couple of ways. There's magic that covers that. The ability to reshape time. Far beyond my learning. If you were looking more towards the druidic side of healing to regrow, there are magics that can do this. But there is a legend. There's a tree. Giant tree. This tree once grew in a temple in a city of these spirit dwellers, channelers. I believe it is now in the center of the Swamp of Lost Mines. They say a seed from that tree can heal any wound. But it's only a legend. There are magics arcane in type that allow for a wish. And I've heard that these wishes can do anything.
I've
Level 9 counterspell.
I think I know this tree you're talking about. It's not a legend.
It exists.
We've been there. Not knowing of its properties, we didn't take a seat, unfortunately.
You will also remember, Morn, that tree had fallen down when you guys were there after
I know.
fighting out.
Unfortunately, like I mentioned, I bring more destruction
Rhythm died.
and healing.
Fucking hell, Rhythm.
Kick it. Do it.
No, I can't. It kicked itself because it's offline. Hold on.
Ironic, the tree could heal others, but not itself.
Wah, 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 wah.
Um,
um. hmm. I have heard of one more legend. This one is dangerous, though. I do not recommend this one. There's tales of a scepter that is said to possess great arcanic power. It resides of the ruins of Vexville and belonged to a great Lich Lord. It is said it grants the ability to cast one wish. But that land is separated for a reason. It is said great shadow creatures stalk those lands. It is said that the Lich Lord still lives, and now grows in power there. There's fishermen that said from the shoreline they hear screaming, and the island grows dark once more.
One wish, you say?
One wish.
I'll tell you why I'm here. It's, you remember, Selena, when I came up north looking for her. Andre was, joined me to help find her. When I found Selena had been possessed, and had been turned against us, I thought I would never have my sister back. She might be alive, but it wouldn't be Selena. But all my friends risked their lives for the chance that she could be back and live out a normal life. And thanks to them, she will. But I owed it to Andre to go and rescue her daughter, which we did that as well, but it's different. Yeah. She too had been experimented on and changed, but these changes seem to be permanent. A loss of leg, a loss of arm, and she probably won't ever be the same again. And I know I would have done. When I was looking for Selena, there's nothing in the world I wanted more than to have her back, and I imagine Andre feels the exact same way now. And that would be what I would wish for.
He grabs his long beard and strokes it. It seems, Morn, you're not the destructive type. You're the healing type. And you search for that to save your friends. So, what avenue will you take?
I don't know. This Vexville, I haven't heard any mention of it until now. So it can't be any more dangerous than what we already face.
If you take that avenue, I wish you the best of luck. But I will do my best to research and reach out to my fellow druidic people. I do know that there are spells, druidic spells, that can regenerate lost limbs. I am not strong enough to cast such a spell. There might be one. I do not know if she is living. She prefers the form of a dragon. She has the temper of one as well. Oh, old Antha. She is a fiery bitch, that one.
Morton would definitely chuckle at that too. Coming
You
from
chuckle.
Brigham.
You chuckle, but 5'8" and a fury of power. She is a shapeshifter, none of which I've ever seen before. To track her is nigh impossible. One moment a squirrel, the next moment a dragon, the next moment a raven. She's been around for millennia. She is elven. Obviously, she keeps to herself because of that reason. Her last known whereabouts are unknown. She tends to roam. I've heard she picks fights with other dragons for the sheer fun. I will send you a message if I learn more. She would definitely have the ability to regenerate or fix what was broken. This might be another avenue. I don't know if it's safer, though. It might be just as dangerous as the runes. As she's been around for far too long and has a opinion of her own. But we both know how females are, and that's why I stay up here.
Clearly, he hasn't had too much luck.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I would appreciate anything you could do. We have had certain dealings with dragons. This seems to be an avenue I would like to pursue if you could learn more.
But a dragon that casts magic?
Well, a druid powerful enough to take the form of a dragon. Little different,
Yes.
right?
A little bit. But, in the meantime, sit with me. Smoke with me. And he takes out this elongated pipe that you've
One
seen
likes
once
that.
before. Yeah, elongated pipe made out of a dragon's horn. Or a dragon's tooth. And he's made it into this elongated, almost like Gandalf like looking stalk. I found this in the mountains last week. And he begins to like pipe the pack. Or
Oh,
he
Toby.
pack. Yeah.
The other reason Martin became a druid.
Finest weed.
Yeah. So as he packs the pipe and, sets things up, he takes the big first pull. And as the camera pulls out, he hands the pipe over to you, and you just see more and a big billowing cloud. As you guys sit on this outcropping edge of this cliff that overlooks Jupiter, and you two smoke and converse. Rugen has always been a calm individual for you, and a calming, somebody very nice to talk to that you've enjoyed. And you enjoy that time.
I'd probably be there the rest of the day. Come back
Yeah.
around nightfall.
Anybody else in the meantime? No? Okay. That next night, you guys are, according to the summons letter, you guys are summoned to the chambers of Beowulf.
By the way,
Kaz
Ben,
is...
I
What's
would
up?
not have mentioned anything that happened to anybody.
Okay. But you do know, as you guys are leaving the house, heading towards Beowulf's castle, every elven individual that you walk by, Freya, gives you a low bow. Every single person.
And we have to notice that, right?
Make a perception check. All you gotta beat is a 10. Beat a 10.
I don't want to go anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So
Morn,
slow.
you pick up on it and you're like, what the
Oh
fuck?
What?
no.
Every-
I don't. I'm gonna like. Martin's gonna not realize though that it's because of Freya, and so I think that'll change things. Yeah, I think Morn would look just as embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'd
They
probably
all
turn
do.
toward Freya and be like, "Why are they bowing for us?"
I'm gonna probably turn red and just like shrug. I have no idea. No clue.
Yep. And those of you that speak Elvish, you hear, may she reign.
Am I
Long
with the
may
group
she
of people?
Oh.
reign.
Like, have
I
I
can
met up with them on the
understand
way?
it.
Yeah.
Wait,
I guess.
who
What's that?
Rain?
Honor?
Have I met up with them on the way?
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I suppose. Okay.
Yep, you guys kind of all converge into the streets.
Yeah. It's one of the first things that y'all would notice is
Who's
that
on?
Anre looks like she has not slept a wink in several days.
Is Markel?
Puffy eyes. And,
Is Markel a queen? Why are they saying that?
well, no.
I'm gonna be whispering only to Freya.
Oh.
I'm gonna probably be like stuttering. You know, I'm not. Maybe they think we're heroes. Maybe.
Yeah. Edelriathian. May
I
she
can understand Elvish.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So that, I mean, that's what you hear in Elvish for those of you that are only hearing that. But the rest of you, like you three, obviously speak Elvish, so you're hearing "May she reign."
I'm just
And Henri, like Morin doesn't get it, but Henri, first you're kind of like you haven't slept, but you pick up on it. Actually, no. Make a perception check at disadvantage because yes,
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
you're distraught.
I'm gonna be like waving my hands.
I
like,
definite-
like
oh,
stop, knock
Wait.
it off. Stop. God
Oh
damn.
yeah.
You guys go. Where's
Oh
Kaz
no,
when I
he's
need
got to roll
Kaz?
one more. He's got to roll one more.
Where's
Okay,
Kaz?
hold on, wait 1 second.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Holy shit. There we go. D&D Beyond,
We've-
please.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Andre may be tired.
13.
You
She's
still
not that.
you still notice it, and you're a little. It's not as prominent. Like you're not like, oh wow, what the hell? But you're like,
Yeah,
you,
I'm
you do
Morin's
catch a
like,
couple,
what the fuck? And I'm just kind of like,
but you do catch the
Well,
Elvish. You do
yeah.
catch the May she reign.
Morin's thought process, though, is that Freya's the last person that they would be bowing for, and is equally confused. So Morin will just be probably whispering random stuff to Freya, asking about like
are there
who are
moon
they
elves that
bowing
we're
to,
passing
and
that are bowing too?
Yeah, every
Why are they
elven
bowing?
individual.
Can I?
It's just a huge misunderstanding. It's just a huge misunderstanding. I was just trying to talk to one of them. It's a huge misunderstanding. Big Wolf is gonna be upset. Stop it! I'm just gonna keep saying stop it. No, and just like
you know who
waving
they're
my hands.
talking. You know who they're talking about.
No, it's not me. They're not
Do-
talking about me. They can't. It's not. You guys are wrong. It's.
Do I believe her?
I don't even believe me.
Are they talking about you?
Maybe, but they're just completely wrong. It's not. It's a huge misunderstanding. They think I'm somebody that I'm not. Huge
Insight check.
Huge No, I'm legit. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Freya even really believes it. Like, there's that connection, but it's
Why?
like that. I think that confusion, like, there has to be like some kind of weird coincidence or something. That being said, obviously she's completely brushing it off. So if you want to roll insight, you might still be able to gather if she's.
I'll probably have to
trust-
roll that at
I-
disadvantage too.
I believe you. I don't know why they would think you're special.
Ooh! Ouch! Okay, yeah, with a 6 or with a 9, I guess you'd just be like, yeah, like I don't know, maybe this is confusing. I don't know what's going on. Guys, knock it off!
You're-
Stop! Beetwolf's
you're-
gonna
you're-
see you. Stop!
Martin's
Stop it!
Martin's turn to rude comments at this point.
Yeah, you guys are both unsure. You're really fucking confused. You do understand the Elvish, and you're kind of like, what? Okay.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm getting annoyed. I'm gonna start telling people that you don't need to bow. That we don't work for Beowulf.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep waving my hand. Stop it! This guys are just totally big misunderstanding.
You are led to the front entrance of the castle. The guards
Beowulf.
nod. The
Don't worry,
doors
I'll tell Beowulf that you don't want to be queen.
What? I didn't know that was up for debate. I didn't know that that was even an option.
Well, I know
course
you don't
I'm-
want to be queen.
Of course, I'm not trying to be. He's the king. I'm not trying to. I'm not. I don't want to fight Beowulf. Morn, I don't want to fight Beowulf. Morn, please help Beowulf. I don't want to fight Beowulf. I don't want to.
I want to fight Beowulf.
No, but I don't want to fight Beowulf. So could you
I know
just
you don't
help
want to fight Beowulf.
He's. I'm not trying. I'm
Morn
not-
does though. Morn wants a piece of that ass.
Wants a piece of that axe, more like.
Let's
I
just
don't
see
know.
what they. Oh yeah,
I'm not
if-
gonna
if-
lie. It's a toss up between Morn's current axe and his axe. It's pretty much.
Yeah, Morn. If you want to be royalty, that's another thing. But like.
I
I'm
don't
not
want to be
trying
royalty.
I'm not. Well, if you were to
Yeah.
defeat Beowulf, this is treason. We shouldn't even be talking about it. But if you wanted to do that, you would become the leader. So that's just.
I would still
Yeah,
let Beowulf be king.
Discretion when we're in the hole, please.
Yeah. Andre's just like, hey guys, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about Beowulf.
I can,
He'll know that we don't want to be king or queen or whatever.
So, as you're walking, Morn and Freyr are having this argument about like king and queen, and Morn's like, I want to take on Beowulf. I want to kick Beowulf's ass, and Andre just like hands on the back of both you guys, like on the center of your back, and like leans into you guys. As you get, hey guys, discretion while we're walking.
Discretion in the hole, please.
Discretion.
And
Oh,
like
yeah.
slow, like she goes full mama bear on both you guys.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up, or we'll go back outside, and I'll beat both of you.
With my
and the-
shoe.
And then like, yeah, no, not the shoe, baby, the chancla,
Like I said,
the chancla.
owlbear.
Yeah, and she just like slowly pushes
Yeah,
back
just
off
like-
you guys as you're
Like I
walking.
said, I'll be.
Martin goes quiet for a little bit and just starts giving this death look to all the people bowing.
Oh, there's nobody anymore. Not since you entered
Okay,
the
good.
castle.
Okay, good.
But the main chambers open up to a map in the center of the room. You guys have seen it once before, a war map. On the left side of the war map sits Jaden and Sheena on 2 seats
Oh,
with 2 giant collars. No, I'm just kidding. But they're sitting in 2 seats opposite of the war map, and then on the far side, the Council of Stone to the right, and then a couple of guards posted to the rooms, and then at the top of the stairs sits Acadia to the right, kind of tucked in right next to the drapes that sit behind the. She's like half in, half out of the drapes right now. And Beowulf himself.
I'm gonna immediately bow, just because I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. Not yet. Just immediately bowing.
You guys all do your little bows as you walk in.
Yep. We exchange our royal pleasantries.
My bow is a quick tilt of my head.
Just a.
Yeah. More of a head nod.
I'll
there.
get.
What up, bro?
I'll do the
Up,
get
bro.
down on one knee and kind of like arm.
Oh, I'll go full bow. Like, I'll get down on my knees, put my face or my forehead to the floor, and hands above my head, touch it,
Like
palms
this, like
down.
the samurai one, where
Yeah,
you're like all the way down.
just all the way down.
Submissive.
Yeah, very.
Please stop it. Stand up. I don't. Every time that you guys come in here, it's always something weird. Please come.
You don't want to know
Close
what's
the
going on.
doors. Close the doors so we can have the discussion. So, the individuals to the left here, or to my right, this is Jaden and Sheena, who is, I am now being informed, the Arcadia here. She is a spy for us to the Empire. She is telling us, and he points to the map, whereabouts of the armies, whereabouts of the everything.
Beowulf is trying to convince us that Arcadia is a spy.
No,
That
He
Sheena's
said
a
that-
spy.
Sheena.
Oh, Sheena's a spy. Okay.
Yeah, Sheena has been working internally for them.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Well, for Arcadia. She's been
Yeah,
gathering
yeah.
intel.
That makes more sense.
Arcadia's a spy! Fucking kill her!
Everybody
We
works for
know
Arcadia at
who
this point.
Arcadia is.
Yeah.
I mean, of
Morn's
course
on-
we know
Morn-
she's a fucking spy. That's why Kaylin's dead.
We
Yeah.
know she's a fucking bitch.
They have informed me of the whereabouts of everything. It sounds like you guys did a number on Mikil. That being said, that is a thorn out of my ass, if you could say so.
Oh, Ginge, we wouldn't know that McKill was burned because we got teleported out.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, the third.
Number on McKill. Oh, because of taking the Baron out?
No, as in, and Sheena kind of pipes up. I burned it to the ground.
Oh.
Like, boom.
Everything?
Not everything. A good number.
Hopefully that blacksmith made it out. He made a
I did
beautiful
not-
piece of work.
The way that I set fire to it, it was not the residential area, it was the war yard, the castle, and some of the higher up areas. I really hate those snooty pricks.
Fair.
I'm sorry,
point.
Jaden. I should have told you much sooner, but I really don't like that town.
Hey, well, if we
Feelings
weren't
mutual.
there
much
to
either.
just destroy McKill. We were only there for the Baron and Markel.
No, but I heard that you killed the Baron, so
We did.
I would say that you were there.
Yeah, that's why we were there. Yeah.
We were supposed to kill him, right? You're okay with that? You're not upset at us, right?
No.
Okay, so we're not in trouble.
No, but you have pissed off the Empire. But
But
That
you're
is
not.
fine.
But you're not mad at us.
no.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Should I be?
No. Nope. I just want to make sure we're in your good graces. That we haven't upset you.
I'm gonna give Freya a weird look.
Yeah, he's
You-
kind of staring at her awkwardly.
All
I
powerful.
think we all are.
all powerful ruler. We just want to make sure you know we're on your side and
Okay, please, you're being awkward. Please stop.
I'll just kind
So-
of like elbow her.
I would
feel like-
probably be had like beads of sweat on my forehead because I'm just waiting for the moment when he's like, "So I heard," or something. So
So I
probably like
heard.
beads of yeah, beads of sweat on her
So I
forehead.
heard.
So I heard I have some competition.
I heard
Do
you
you
want to
wish-
be queen.
Do you wish to challenge for right of crown?
Yes.
Hmm? You may choose a champion.
Pokemon music plays in the
Yeah.
background.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well,
Morn, I
choose
choose
I
you!
honestly think honestly Morn would actually say yes to that. I think Morn would be Freya's champion to take out Beowulf.
Morn used Slash. It was very effective.
Beowulf used town guard, city army. Was very effective.
It wasn't effective.
Use DM rails. It was super effective.
Kaz uses mass teleportation on all the guards and drops them into the abyss. It was very effective.
So she tells me that this Jaden has helped you guys tremendously.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm happy to see him here.
Certainly
Jaden
have
looks
him to
a
thank.
little thinner and a little ragged and kind of, I guess you could say, almost pissy.
Yeah, usually like probably for like the first time, as someone who like always wears sort of this like happy-go-lucky sort of chill attitude, he looks a little mad at himself. He's kind of just like looking at the map, just with like a blank stare, furrowed brow, and not really saying anything.
Yeah, and Sheena's kind of sitting next to him, like doing the girlfriend thing where she's like kind of stroking the back.
So
Like she
it-
almost
it's
looks
o-
like she's calming him.
It's okay, Beowulf. Like Jaden's helped us quite a bit. He's pretty much one of us.
I was just doing my job.
You can trust him.
Yes, Sheena here has vouched for him, and Arcadia has vouched for Sheena. The information provided from all accounts is tremendous. It sounds like an army is moving towards Jupiter. Not that I am so much surprised, but it sounds like you took care of the larger part of their war party. Sounds like they had some kind of floating ships. Excuse me. Some kind of floating ships and some kind of things they called guns. We plan, as it seems like Fort Drumgard has always kind of been sitting at the outer edges of our territories. They've proceeded to send scouts through the mountains. We had a couple of run-ins with them and skirmishes. I do not know their next move, but it does sound like the Empire has gone quiet for the time being. Some say the Empire stirs, that the armies are moving. Some also say Hertzvik Island. The shadows grow, and the voices are calling from there.
The shadows. Maybe they're referring to the Undying One?
I do not know. We're taking any and all precautions.
The Empire, it will have a hard time getting an army through the Evercrest Mountains.
You would say that, but they have made headway. They are using giant worms to create roads. Not over the Evercrest, but through. One of our scouting parties has come across said worm, and we killed it. but with casualties, of course. We lost many scouts and a couple of warriors. These beasts carve through the mountains like butter.
You know how much I would love to fight the Empire, but I don't think that's why you called us here.
No. There's two things. There's three things. You guys have proven yourself, the Lone Rangers, have proven yourselves time and time again to me. I misused that trust once, and it cost me. You
That's
have
both of us.
infiltrated and destroyed a baron within McKill. We have an individual set up in McKill that we are trying to push some form of democracy or some kind of senateship. I ask you to deal another blow. To head to either Steinthorn, Tophet, or you see what the runes offer. The runes scare me the most because I do not know. But the other barons need to be dealt with. There's talk of howls and people disappearing in Steinthorn. We've sent
Did you
scouts.
say ruins?
Though
What ruins?
on Horsvik Island, the runes of Ekvil. They are ancient runes.
The ruins of Vectville.
Yes, within the witch's hex.
Hmm.
But that one is more scouting and curiosity.
Yeah, we can go
The
there.
Steinthorn and Tophet is.
We can go to
more of a-
Vexville.
Oh, do you speak for everyone? Is that your wish?
What
I
was
speak for myself and anyone who would come with me.
Well,
so Vexel that there's runes there that need to be scouted? Is that what you're saying?
there was once a great elven society, and a castle that used to be there. The land is said to be cursed, and the dead wander. They also say that there are those there that drink the blood of their enemies. And that there's life there, but there's not life. It is a foreign soil. I would ask that the two barons be dealt with before the runes, but I do not control.
I'm gonna look at Morn. You really want to go to Vexel before the Barons?
I feel there are. While the Empire's a threat, there's more important things right now. Defeating a Baron isn't going to stop what's coming. We know that from McKill. Bulgarian's dead, and I don't think it made a difference.
Ah,
Okay.
but you're wrong there. You destroyed an entire war factory. You destroyed countless machines and other weaponry that were going to be used against us. I do not know what Tophet has to offer, as that Baron is kind of a... Oh, what do you children and young people call it nowadays? Fruity individual.
Can attest to that. He's definitely he likes his what do you call it?
His playthings.
His creature comforts, I guess.
Yes.
Pleasures of the flesh.
Pleasures of the flesh.
But he has money. And connections.
Well, if,
I would be more towards Steinthorn. There's tales and rumors of some sort of secret army. When Alyssa was with us, we had questioned her. And she had alluded to some of the goings-ons of Steinthorn. Whether they are true, I am unsure.
I'm going to want to talk with the rest of my party in private before we decide what we do next, and I hope you can trust us the same way we trust you. And what we're doing will still be for the good of everyone. But I want to ask why us to go kill another Baron. At this point, you already said it. We angered the Empire. Steinthorn wouldn't recognize us the second we walked anywhere near that city. The chances of us getting anywhere close to their Baron, it's not good.
It's not good, but it is better than my scouts and assassins. I've lost 2 to Steinthorn now.
I mean, we've seen how dangerous Lucian is in person, but I also know how you have other powerful people on your service that would be less likely to be recognized, more likely to get close to him.
Like I said, I've lost 2 assassins. And he tilts back towards Acadia and she kind of nods. And you can see a small scar that runs the cheekbone and down the neck now. Seems to be very self-wary. Individual assassins are not cutting it with him. He seems to be always ready. And his wife, she eludes some kind of necromantic magic.
Are we ready for us too?
Not much we can corroborate.
It is only but a favor that I ask. If you catch him in the open, you kill him.
You don't have to ask us twice.
Duly noted. The rumors of Steinthorn suggest he is creating some kind of army, some secret army of hybrids, monsters.
He's creating more.
I am unsure.
That changes things. Lucian's dead. And I'm gonna kind of turn around and start walking out.
As you are walking out, the doors open, and a heavily armored individual walks through the door with a... What would you call that? Not a short sword. What's the in-between between a long sword and a short sword?
Well, it's
Broadsword?
No, it's like
Broadsword?
a,
No, right, right.
It's
He
like a
walked-
1.5.
no, it's in the cane. He has his cane
Oh,
right now.
okay. Yep, so like a cane, and he's holding a heavy shield and armor as he walks through the door and does a slight bow.
So, the individual that comes through the door is a tall, apparently moon elven male, though his skin, like Henri's, is kind of pink-ish. His is like a very pale, light blue. And you look to his eyes, and where they once might have been like blue-gray, they're clouded. And they do not respond normally as other people's eyes would to light and stimuli. He stands about 6'3", so he's pretty tall, and you can tell he's well built, but he walks as if he cannot see.
Yeah, I would turn around, take like 2 steps toward the door, see him, and stop moving, and kind of stay with the group at this point, looking at him.
Also observe.
I received your message, my sister. I am here to help. And Henri turns around, sees him. Brother Alwyn, you came. Aye, that I did. Could not refuse a summons from one I consider a family. I understand you're in a time of great need. Rest assured, I can help, as the Dark Dancer wills it. He'll turn to the rest of the group. So, these are the friends you spoke of. Why, yes, they helped me rescue Markale. Goodly folk they must be then. And we'll get close to each one of you. Ah, yes. I see. Very well then. Friends, if I may introduce myself. I am Alwyn Nightcrown of the... Fuck, what did I name them again?
How do you spell that?
Alwyn.
Alwyn. Oh,
Alwyn.
okay.
And then Nightcrown. Where did I write that? I am a member of the Isil Matar. You may have not heard of us. We are warriors and protectors of the tribe of the Lunari Moon Elves. It has come to my attention that Sister Henri is in need of some assistance. Would you like to tell them, or shall I? And Henri will say, my friends, I am endlessly grateful for your help in rescuing my daughter. And I want to continue the fight. I just cannot. Not when she is in need of my help. I believe I must stay behind for now. At least until she's strong enough. But I didn't want to leave you down a body. So my brother here is, well, if he wills it, he can help you, as I cannot.
I'll walk up to Henri, who I think is still rather close anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and say, honestly, I wouldn't have expected otherwise, knowing that Markael is here and still has has a journey ahead of her, or isn't in the best shape right now. I half expected that you probably wouldn't want to leave. And I don't blame you. And I'm going to press my forehead up against Henri's forehead and put my hand on the back of her head. Just stay here with her and take care of her and make sure she gets better.
I appreciate the understanding. Just can't bear to see her like this.
She'll be okay. She's in good hands.
And I hope you will be too.
So is this your blood brother? Or like an oath brother?
He'll chime in and say, well, being of the same tribe, we are closely related, but not directly. However, this one has a fire in her. She was ever constant. Always there for me.
Well, Henri only keeps the best of company, so I would imagine we're probably in good hands with you as well.
Well, I intend to prove myself. So,
There are bonds stronger than blood.
aye. That there are. Few quite so strong as, well, a mother and her child. But I think I speak for the both of us when I say that blood does not control who your family is.
Yeah. I'll turn toward Henri. Thank you for everything you've done for us. You are a true friend. Right. Your place is by your daughter's side.
For now. Hopefully, soon, I may rejoin you.
Hopefully soon you won't have to.
Aye, maybe not. You may go on to do bigger and better things without me. But rest assured, there's always a place for you at my table.
We'll meet again. And you'll always be a Lone Ranger.
Now that's a bond thicker than blood.
Should be getting back.
Keep an eye on Selena for me too.
I can do that. She may not need my help, though.
Well,
And
oh god.
I was just gonna say that there are, exchanging of words and embrace. Henri will retreat from the hall. And in her place stands Alwyn.
And thus Alwyn joins the party.
Aye.
Well, it sounds like we have some discussing that we need to do about which of these next steps we want to take first.
Aye, a new course of action. We must decide upon.
Well, whatever you decide to do, please send me some form of information.
Oh, of course. We'll always keep you in the loop because you're in charge.
He looks at you just okay. Sheena. I appreciate all of the information and work you have done for us. You are granted leniency here at Jupiter, and you are free to roam as you wish. Thank you very much. I asked the same courtesy be extended to Jaden as well, as he is my partner, and I wish for him to stay with me as well. Of course, he is extended all pleasantries as he wishes. If he wishes to stay, he may. He does not have to if he does not want to. He may come and go as he wishes. Is that acceptable, Jaden?
Wherever my lovely girlfriend goes, I shall go as well.
Fair enough. Well, I wish you the best, Lone Rangers. May the roads come up to meet you. And he waves a hand and the doors open. As you guys walk by, you guys can see the war table and the map. And before, when he covered it the last time you guys walked over it, he didn't this time. There seems to be a large army sitting here with a bunch of figurines. There's something sitting down here. And another one by Scepter.
Alwyn will kind of reach out with both hands and kind of not like grab, but just like feel the
The
map.
table?
Yeah. Many enemies are at our gates. On our
Not
doorsteps.
yet, Alwyn. Not yet. You guys are escorted from the grounds, through the main corridor, out the main gates, and back into the city streets of Jupiter.
Did Jaden join us, or is it just the four of us?
Sheena was following along with you guys. I have no idea
Okay.
what Jaden was doing.
Yeah, I'd be following along then.
I think we should go back to the house.
I'm gonna turn to Elwyn. You are welcome to stay with us. We have plenty of space if you'd like.
That sounds agreeable. Suppose I shall. I don't require much.
This way
Not a
we can
roof over
spend.
my head.
This way we can spend some time filling you in on what's going on as well.
Indeed, I got some idea from Henri, but there is much yet I do not know. Please lead the way.
I will start walking back towards the Ranger Manger.
Ranger Manger!
Ranger Manger! It sounds like that should be like a metal song.
Ranger Manger! Yeah!
Like
You
an
guys-
80s hair band song.
Jesus.
Ranger Manger!
You guys make your way back through the streets. And as you guys make your way back to the house, you're greeted by Woolsworth and Yvonne, who are whipping up kind of evening snacks. Woolsworth has set the table, and a assortment of like summer sausages, meats, and breads and crackers have been set aside. Kaz is still sitting in the front entryway, and he looks very engrossed in two books. He's reading a book that has a bear's face on the side of it, and it looks like it's made out of like bark.
Oh, he didn't come with us to.
Mm-mm.
How do you say his name again? Woolsworth?
Woolsworth.
Woolsworth? Would you mind showing our guest Elwyn to an empty room? He's going to be staying with us.
Of course, mistress. I can do that right away.
And once you show him the room, please, if you don't mind escorting him back down for food.
Of course. This way, Mr. Alvin.
Hey, lead on, kind sir.
And he slowly guides him down the hallway that has 2 or 3 guest bedrooms. And probably like 10 minutes later, Alwyn is led back into the dining room table area where you guys are all sitting around the table having snacks. Snacks!
Snacks!
I hear such delightful crunching sounds. What have we got?
Well, we have the world's best chef living in our home, so anything that you
Oh,
can imagine.
stop that!
Oh, please! You know that you create magic when you make food.
Well, this I know, but doesn't mean you gotta rub it around.
I just wanted to make sure our guest knows that whatever he chooses to eat, he's going to be wowed with an abundance of flavor and textures.
Well, of course. I'll whip
Well-
up the best.
Well, if smell or sound is anything to go by, I think I'm in for a treat.
I'm just gonna grab like a plate full of a little random assortment of stuff and snack away. While I'm snacking, actually, probably check. Morn, are you at the table or in the kitchen or in the vicinity? Morn?
I think he died.
He did!
He did.
Then
He did.
He did.
He did. I'm assuming that. I guess it wouldn't matter. I'm assuming that Morn came to the table with us.
Martin was AFK, but he was listening.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, Martin's there.
Okay. Morn was AFK, but he was there. So I'm gonna turn to Morn. Okay, so I know that you mentioned, or at least seemed very interested in going to Vexel? Vexel? Why is that?
I may have spent some time talking to. Well, I've told you about Prugan.
Yeah.
I asked him if he knew anything about any sort of magic that would be able to help Markel. You know, he's a druid. He knows some healing. So I asked him if he knew anything about it that would be able to help her, and well, he mentioned some sort of. He said scepter. I don't know what that is. Some sort of device or thing that would help. You could grant yourself one wish.
Would I know anything about that island?
You
Or
know
Vexel?
of it.
And
That
well,
is it is a cursed island that
Hmm.
no one goes to. Fishermen stay away from it. The land is dead, but for some reason seems to almost grasp towards you. Like the trees seem to lean out like they want to grab you.
he said that I could use that to possibly grow her limbs back. Certainly could be something I wish for. And now, I don't know if that's what I would use it for. Um,
Well,
he did mention another way we could help Markel as well, which I think would be better. But I'm still intrigued by this. If we could wish for anything, I mean, that could be a way to defeat the Undying One.
maybe. I think it's a valuable reason to go there, and it sounds like
I'm
there's other things there that need to be dealt with anyway.
I'm tired of politics, you know. I don't want to just serve Beowulf and go around killing off people that are fighting for power with him. I don't care about any of that.
Okay. I'm okay with going to Vexel then. I think the Barons can wait.
I do not know much of this place, but by all accounts, it is dangerous, tainted. Not exactly the kind of place you go for summer holiday.
But we have to do something before the Undying One gets the last two stones. And so it's either we find those weapons that Gaz and Freya have read about, or we make our own way. You know? And with Gregarian dead, I mean, we weren't able to find it, but the Undying One easily could find it, if he knows it's there.
It's very true.
And that only
So there
leaves one
was-
more.
So there was a stone in the possession of the leader that you killed.
Well, we thought so. We didn't find it. At least I don't think Kaz did, unless it was the thing he destroyed. I don't think it was. I think that was something different. I don't know much about the stones, and personally, I don't think we should be looking for them, because we make it easier for the Undying One to get every time we find one.
Well, maybe this weapon, maybe a wish. Maybe these are things that could help us. Maybe better than worrying about killing a Baron right now.
Certainly wouldn't hurt to go prepared.
Are you okay with that? I know you want to kill Lucian more than anybody, and I'll kind of look at Freya.
I do. Very, very much, but I don't feel like he's going anywhere anytime soon. So, that can wait.
even if you know he's making more hybrids.
Yes, but we weren't much of him. Well, actually, I wouldn't know that. It wouldn't hurt to be prepared before seeing him again. It just gives us another leg up. Just another reason to not waste time.
I think we either look for the weapons or we go to Vexville, since we don't know where the weapons are.
Well, maybe that
Think
wish.
Vex-
Maybe that wish can bring us them.
Maybe.
I don't know how you choose what to wish for, but it sounds like we could wish for almost anything, so.
It almost seems like too much power for one person.
In the right hands, it's probably a good thing to have, though. So we just want to make sure we find it first. I vote for Vexville.
The Vexville. Are you gonna join us, Jaden?
Sounds like a fun time. I suppose I'll stick along with you for a little while longer. You are going to an island of undeath after all. There'll probably be some spirits that need exercising.
To say maybe you'll find some more toys.
We could use people with knowledge of magic for sure. I think this will not be too useful. So I kind of grab my great axe.
The funny thing
It's
is,
sort of on a dime. He sort of like flickers, and he goes like instantly stern. The spiritual arts are not magic. Don't say that again.
It's all different to me.
And he sort of coin flips back into his happy-go-lucky mood, and he says, "Off to adventure."
just a note, Morn, as you kind of tap your great axe, the new one. I'm assuming you're the new one is what's by your side, right? Or not?
I have both on me right now.
Okay. So as you tap the great axe, the one your bare axe, normal. As you tap the other one, almost like a frosty morning, like a little frost fog kind of falls off the axe for a split second.
Like a surge of power kind of jolts up my arm a little bit.
Just like a little like this like sub-zero temp off the axe for a second.
Do I notice this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Jaden. Does that need to be exercised?
Well, I mean, I can always check if you want me to, but I think it's fine.
Okay. If you think it's fine. Just since we're having issues with entities lingering on things.
About
There's
a minute
Lich
later,
Lord in it.
about a minute later, Martin puts his bare great axe away into his backpack, and now he only has the other axe out.
It's Rothos!
Could you imagine?
Frostborn.
More
Oh
and just
my God. Puts it on. No, don't do it. The ice throne. No.
the Ice Throne calls me.
Frostmourne. Oh my God, right? Oh, that's too perfect.
He's no longer Morn the Bear.
He's
He's Morn the Frost King.
Frostmourne. Oh fuck.
Frostmourne.
Lich King Morn.
Frostmourne. Hey, Frostmourne. Yeah.
See?
Frostmourne.
It goes together too
Yep.
fucking perfectly. Frostmourne. Just spelled different.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. I'm creating it. I'm creating the next Lich, the next BBEG of next campaign.
It's gonna be Morn.
Frostmourne.
Frostmourne. Frostmourne the teddy bear.
Another 2 years into your next campaign, you guys will find Morn sitting atop a mountain, just welcome.
No longer more than the teddy bear.
No. Could you imagine a giant frost bear?
Sitting on top of ice crown.
No.
Holy shit.
I-
Ice cream citadel.
Jeez.
He created his own atop the Evercrest Mountains.
I do kind of like the idea now, though. If Morn still transforms into a bear, it's now like a polar bear, and it like you like almost see like snow kind of whistling around him
Frosty.
That
as
would
he
be
summons.
cool.
Frosty bear.
Call you
I'm game for
Frosty
that.
Bear.
I'm game for that. I'm all right with that.
Hell yeah.
Frosty the polar bear.
So.
Hmm.
Decisions made.
Aye. And no reason to contest.
Kaz being a little more quiet than usual. Jason sleeping, as the torture and kind of, it seems like everything that went on within McHill, he seems to have been resting, catching up on sleep that he wasn't getting properly before. But Kaz has the door to the foyer closed, and he seems to be very, very engrossed in the books that are there.
Something troubles her.
Being that Kaz isn't here, I was gonna start asking questions like, what's going on? What are you reading about? But since he's not here,
Questions for another time.
yeah, that's fine. I'll wait. I'll put a pin in it. I'm still gonna be like swirling through my head about the whole events of the day and the stuff I was told. So I'm just gonna stand up and look at everybody. Well, I'm going to turn in for the night. A lot of things to think about, a lot of things to prepare for. We should probably get an early start and leave as soon as we can. So I'll see everybody in the morning. And I will head upstairs.
May the dark dancer bless your night slumber.
She just seems really, really tired, Morn. Yeah, she just seems tired.
I was gonna say that insight. If that was high, you would have been like, "Oh, she's fucking lying."
Nah, she's tired.
That's really funny.
I wouldn't be paying attention. I'd just still be pissed at myself, but Ozzy would be. He knows
Yeah.
to look out for interesting signs.
Ozzy is just gonna kind of lean in and be like, something's weird with that one.
Oh, you don't say.
Ah, night for ya.
Night.
Yeah,
Oh, gonna get.
snap out of it. Jesus, Jaden. Gloomy little bitch.
What kind of abnormal?
I don't
Something
know.
our line of business requests or requires?
No. Just weird.
I see. Well, it's here to keep an eye out.
Always do. I wonder if her, wonder what she wears at night. And you see him, like, slowly start to, like, float up the stairs.
Lovely. Perverted little black dragon.
Pervy. He's pervy.
He's been dead for a long time.
Ain't no physical action no more.
Well, he's in
Mm.
for a treat if he decides to stick around.
Eh.
That being said, she
But-
wouldn't be going to bed right away anyway. I was just going up to kind of like get some space. And
I
think
probably
things
would
out.
follow Freya up, and then as she goes into her room, I'd just be like, And a week of a bed was pretty nice, I'll say.
A week? Wait, he said what?
A week of having our own bed was nice.
Yes.
I'm gonna miss it here.
I
Don't think
agree.
Vexville is gonna be quite like this.
No, we're gonna have to get back to roughing it on the ground. Get the best out of it you can while you're here.
Yeah. I'll go to bed too.
I'm gonna like slowly
Lounge in
close
my
the door and have like my eyeball like staring, watching, closing
At
the
me?
door. Just doing that, like, okay, good night, and then like slowly closing it and like watching and closing. Curious to like if he was just like actually going to bed or.
Yeah, I went to bed.
Okay.
Lounging in my hammock.
Sitting in the downstairs area still, I wouldn't have been able to pick up on any of that, would I? Not even
No,
with
'cause
my
yeah,
ears.
they're pretty far away.
Yeah.
They're pretty far away. But as you all, anybody else doing anything? Okay. As you
No, I'll
all,
turn in. But with Sheena, as soon as I do, as soon as we're like in a little bit of privacy, I'll coin flip into more of an excited mood again, and I'll say, you heard what the big one was saying, yes?
of course.
A second chance has fallen into our lap.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm not going to
Fucking
make the same mistake again.
Fucking knew it. I shouldn't.
That scepter will be mine. And I will keep a hawk's eye on it. It was... and he sort of like gets mad again, starts almost hyperventilating. He's, slams his hand against the wall. It was my fault. My infant lust for battle made me charge that foe when I should have just taken the stone and run. My excitement for fighting always gets in the way.
He kind of sneaks up behind you and does like the under the armpits hug and just like rests her head on your back. But that's what I like about you. You are like an infant, but it's cute.
Thank you.
But I do agree. He was somebody that I've always been very confident of your skills. He had an aura, though. It was scary. He was something else. We should have run. We could have died, Jaden.
I know.
We can't afford to die. We're it.
Not until Mizuho is restored.
Exactly. If you go to this whatever, scepter or not, yes, I want you to get this scepter more than anything. But not if it costs you your life, and not if it costs somebody else's. We don't do that. There's always ways to restore our home. There's always. But we'll do it our way. The right way.
Of course. Wouldn't want to create more spirits that we just have to deal with later on.
And to watch you fight all of that would be exhausting.
I will make sure it doesn't come to that.
Be safe, please. Whatever you decide to do. I am obviously not going to that. Undeath things aren't really my thing. They're fun, but not that fun. I feel like I'll stay here. I've had enough of the Empire for a while. It's kind of refreshing here.
Right. The king mentioned sappers of blood and of life. The Nightwalkers. Dampier.
That's why I don't want to go.
Those without souls.
That scares me more than anything we've dealt with in a while. Something is stirring in the world and causing ancient things, fairy tales, to come back. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense. Magic is slowly trickling back into the land, and it has opened up some kind of floodgate. And now creatures have returned to this land that were nothing more than children's fairy tales.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's exciting and scary all at the same time.
Ancient vampires sealed away. What's next? Will the ancient curse of lycanthropy fall upon us once again? Werewolves running around out of nowhere.
Well, you heard him, did you not? He spoke of Steinthorn and howling in the night.
That's true. You don't think they actually brought the curse back, did you? Or do you think they're attempting to replicate it with science?
It could be both. They could have replicated it, they could have brought it back, they could have... I don't know. You saw what was happening in McHill. People are dabbling in things they should not dabble in. But they do. You
That
saw
they
that
do.
hand. You saw the hand grab for that man when he took that stone from us. It appeared out of nowhere and pulled him into nowhere.
You don't have to remind me.
No, I don't, and I'm sorry. A part of it makes me want to run away and hide. And hope whatever this is, we have nothing to do with it. But a part of me knows we can't.
We act as the bridge between life and death.
Yes. And as much as you say you're not a hero, my love, you sure are. And she kind of walks up, stands on her tippy toes a little bit, and gives you a kiss.
Maybe in a metaphorical sense, but if I didn't have my good friend here, I'd be a mere commoner. That's why I'm glad he's sticking around.
He isn't going anywhere. Right, Ozzy? She's so annoying.
Ready to melt the bones of some Nightwalkers, old friend?
You know, I always found them really annoying. But, yeah, could be fun.
What we're
Eh.
made to do.
It's probably just people that haven't slept in a while. I mean, nobody's seen a Nightwalker in millennia.
Yes, and no one's seen a werewolf in forever too, but you heard the lady.
Yet. Yeah. Fuck. I don't like them, they're creepy. I'm not even in physical form anymore and they're creepy.
You're quite right about that. Man and beast were never really meant to intermingle.
No. I never did understand. When they shift, like, does all the body parts go inside? I'll think about that later.
Right. Didn't you have a certain half-elf that you wanted to spy on, you degenerate old dragon?
Yeah, she's in her room, isn't she? And you just watch him float away fast. What?
What a voyeur.
Like 5 minutes later, you just hear in the back of your mind, Fuck! She's dressed already!
You missed your chance.
But as the night winds down, you all crawl into bed, getting comfortable in your amazing beds that you are in. Jaden, you actually notice the room that you guys entered, you and Sheena. As you think about it, as Woolsworth kind of tells you whatever you feel most comfortable in, the room kind of morphs to fit those needs. As
Oh,
you
I
crawl
forgot
into
they
your
hadn't been
bed,
there with us before. That
Mm-mm.
makes perfect sense. For some reason, I had in my all of Frosty's characters. I can't keep track which ones have been at the house and which ones haven't.
the room morphs to whatever Jaden is most comfortable with. Kind of a mixture of the home that you once had and or dream of having with Sheena. And the room slowly turns into that.
Yeah.
Provides a very nice sleep. And as you all slowly fade into the night, a dream befalls you all. You stand on a cliff face, all of you having the same dream. You all stand at a cliff face, overlooking a valley. You recognize this valley. This valley is Rothos, and you stand atop the Evercrest Mountains. The lands burn. Cities razed. Dragons fly through the sky. A giant walking creature, bipedal, crawls across the land. You hear like a low guttural roar. As the creature takes its steps. Your vision almost focuses and zooms, and on top of this giant creature, a castle. Broken and ruined, but pieced together. Your vision zooms again. Sitting on a crown of people. Hands, feet, torsos, body parts, heads, crowns. Sits an individual with one crown. All pieces of the lodestone. Radiating power. As he waves his hands and a sickish green beam sweeps the land. And you see people, the people of the land, warriors, battles, armies, raised in a moment, incinerated in a green flame. And a small smirk befalls a face. As this crown, giant and jagged, creeps up across the top of the head. I come for these lands, as I've now ascended into godhood. And your dream ends. And that's where we'll end our session tonight.
What a cliffhanger to end it on, too.
The question is that like a premonition? Or is it what's happening right now? Ginge. Rude. So
Things that
rude.
were, things that are, and some
that have
things that have not yet come to pass.
Thank you all for coming. We're missing people of the party. It's kind of been a hectic week or two here.
Luckily, we didn't really do a whole lot this session, so...
No, but it was a good informational breakdown, and then we got some
Good
stuff.
conversation.
ready to go. Good conversation.
Yeah.
Good discussion.
Got
I think we got a
Alwyn-
plan. I think Kaz will be fine with that plan. I think Jason will be fine with it.
And if they're not, tough shit. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I am the queen, so I say
Yeah.
we go.
Long live the
Ideal
queen.
Ideally ethereal.
To my
May she
queen.
reign. may she reign.
Blech.
The Queen in the North.
The Queen of the
Oh.
North, no!
Long may she reign.
May she reign.
Titles.
Thank
Breaker
you all
of
for coming.
chains. Mother of
Thank
dragons.
you, everybody.
Yes,
Mother
thank
of
you.
Mother of no dragons.
I will have a
Mother of
fucking
no
dragon
dragons.
gin. I said it.
Breaker of,
I said it
breaker
session.
of no chains.
I said it session 5. I said it session 20. I said it session 35. I'm gonna have a fucking dragon. It is
Oh,
now session 72. I'm gonna have a dragon.
Speaking of, you guys all leveled up. So
Yo.
Oh.
Cool.
Level 13.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Level 13.
Can multi-class into a 4th class.
yeah, rogue.
No, I'm definitely taking
Ooh.
level 8 barbarian.
I
Should
was,
I
I
be
was
a
seriously, I was seriously thinking about rogue for this build, but I didn't end up
You
going.
do whatever the fuck you boys want to do,
Ooh.
and girls.
I should totally get a 3rd class and go bard.
Dude, we guys,
Whatever you
we get another proficiency bonus point. We're up to +5.
Sweet.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it depending on what you guys do next. Shit is beginning to get real.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way. Like everything is getting ready to go ape
Yeah.
shit.
You know, I think there's a feat I really wanted to take. What was it? What's the feat where you can take -5 penalty, but +10 damage on hit?
Great Weapon Master? No. Yeah,
That sounds right.
I think it's Great
Yeah,
Weapon.
I think I'm gonna take that. -5 penalty to attack rolls, 10 to the attack damage.
It's beefy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beefy.
Bruh.
Or I could just get my strength to 20. I feel like Martin should have 20 strength.
To each their own.
Cool.
Alright, stream. 'Twas a good, fun session. Next week, hopefully, we will have our whole group, and we will start our adventure. I am vengeance! We will start our trek to Vexil, and find a wish, and wish for all of this bullshit to be undone. And
Possibly.
just be done with it. Wish for the Undying One to be taken out of existence. That would be the thing to do. That could have some negative consequences on all of history, though. So we can't really do that. See, what do you do with a wish? You can't just undo shit because bad stuff
Do whatever
could
the
happen.
fuck you want, but everything comes with a consequence, possibly. So
You have to be
you have to
pretty
word it
particular
exactly.
in how and the details
Exactly.
of the wish.
Yep. So if you look up the spell for wish, you have to be very, very particular. Because if you word it a certain way, and my mind takes it that way, shit could happen otherwise. Like if you say,
Yeah,
I want.
you
If you say I
could-
want
you say
all,
you-
blah blah blah.
you
I mean, I
wish-
think
you
there's a
say
good.
you
I
wish
think
for
there's a good
somebody to
chance.
be dead, and then you just get teleported in time to the future when they're dead.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that the only person who has to worry about how the wish spell works is Frosty.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The rest of us are too stupid to realize that he'd want to take it.
Too stupid. I'm royalty. Okay, again, stream. Thanks for hanging out. We will see y'all next week, Wednesday, 8:30 Central, for a continuation and a venture to Vexil to find a wish. Everybody have a lovely rest of your week, a great weekend, and peace out. Ciao!